Jacob had worked for his uncle Laban for 20 years. These 2 decades were filled with hard labor, dedication, and a series of events that would shape his life forever. He had fled to his uncle's home seeking refuge. Jacob was escaping the wrath of his twin brother, Esau, after deceiving him and their father, Isaac. This was after tricking his father, Isaac, and his twin brother, Esau. The deception had left a deep rift in the family, forcing Jacob to leave everything he knew behind. Jacob fell in love with Rachel, Laban's beautiful daughter. Her beauty and kindness captivated him, and he was determined to marry her. He worked hard to earn her hand in marriage. Life seemed promising. Jacob's love for Rachel gave him the strength to endure the long hours and the grueling work. Years passed, and Jacob found himself a husband not only to Rachel but also to her sister Leah. This unexpected turn of events was a result of Laban's cunning plan. Laban had tricked Jacob into marrying Leah first. The betrayal was a bitter pill to swallow, but Jacob's love for Rachel kept him going. Jacob fathered a large family. His household grew with many children, each adding to the complexity of his life. He also acquired wealth in the form of flocks and herds. His hard work and dedication paid off, and he became a prosperous man. However, the initial harmony began to crumble. The relationship between Jacob and Laban grew strained as Laban's true nature surfaced. Laban proved to be a manipulator. He constantly sought ways to exploit Jacob, changing his wages and making his life difficult. He changed Jacob's wages 10 times, taking advantage of his nephew's desperation for a family. Each change was a blow to Jacob's spirit, but he persevered. Despite the injustices, Jacob remained dedicated. He continued to work diligently, believing that his hard work would eventually be rewarded. He worked diligently, trusting that God would honor his commitment. His faith was his anchor, keeping him grounded through the trials. Yet, a seed of discontent had been sown. The constant manipulation and unfair treatment began to weigh heavily on Jacob's heart. Jacob began to feel the weight of Laban's deception. The years of hard work and dedication seemed overshadowed by the constant betrayal. He realized that he had spent 2 decades in a cycle of manipulation and unfair treatment. The realization was a turning point for Jacob. The pain of betrayal ran deep, reminding Jacob of his own past mistakes. He saw the parallels between his actions and Laban's deceit. It was time for a change. Jacob knew he had to break free from the cycle and take control of his destiny. The journey ahead was uncertain, but he was ready to face it. One night God spoke to Jacob in a dream. "Return to the land of your fathers," he commanded. God assured Jacob of his presence and protection. This message ignited a spark of hope in Jacob's heart. He longed for freedom from Laban's control. He yearned to return to his family and build a life on his own terms. Fear gripped Jacob's heart. Laban was a powerful man. Jacob knew his departure would enrage his uncle. Despite his apprehension, God's promise echoed in his mind. "I am with you," the Lord had assured him. These words became Jacob's anchor. He knew that God would not abandon him. Jacob chose to trust God. He knew it was time to leave. Under the cloak of darkness, Jacob and his family slipped away, unnoticed. The night was their ally, its shadows concealing their every move. They moved with a sense of urgency, knowing that each step took them further from the life they had known, and closer to the uncertain future that awaited them. They journeyed towards their homeland, a place they had longed to return to for years. The path was fraught with challenges, but their determination was unwavering. Each mile they covered was a testament to their resilience and hope. Every rustle Each member of the family carried their own hopes and fears, but together, they found strength in their unity. Rachel and Leah, though fearful, supported their husband's decision. They had seen the toll that Laban's manipulative ways had taken on Jacob, and they too longed for a life free from his control. Their support was unwavering, even in the face of uncertainty. They too had suffered under Laban's manipulative ways. The years of oppression had left their mark, but they were determined to break free. Their journey was not just a physical one, but a quest for emotional and spiritual liberation. They longed for a place of peace and stability for their children. The hope of a better future for the next generation was a powerful motivator. They dreamed of a land where they could live without fear, where their children could grow up in safety and freedom. Together they faced the unknown, drawing strength from their shared faith and determination. Their belief in a higher power gave them the courage to face the challenges ahead. In their darkest moments they found solace in their prayers and in each other. The journey was arduous, filled with uncertainty and danger. The harsh terrain tested their endurance, and the constant threat of pursuit kept them on edge. But their resolve was strong, and they were determined to reach their destination. Yet, they pressed on, their hope fueled by the promise of a new beginning. The vision of a better life kept them moving forward, even when the path seemed insurmountable. Their journey was a testament to the power of hope and the human spirit. As they traveled, Jacob couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The sense of being pursued was ever present, a constant reminder of the danger they were in. He remained vigilant, always on the lookout for signs of trouble. He knew Laban would not let them go easily. The thought of being captured and forced to return was a constant fear. But Jacob was determined to protect his family and lead them to safety, no matter the cost. The fear of pursuit was a constant shadow. It loomed over them, a dark cloud that threatened to overshadow their hopes. But they refused to let it break their spirit. They kept moving, driven by the belief that freedom was within their reach. But so too was the comforting presence of God, guiding and protecting them on their journey. Their faith was a beacon of light in the darkness, a source of strength and comfort. They believed that they were not alone, that a higher power was watching over them and leading them to their promised land. News of Jacob's flight reached Laban. Fury consumed him. He felt betrayed and cheated. Laban gathered his men and set off in hot pursuit of Jacob. Driven by anger and a thirst for revenge, Laban was determined to track down his runaway nephew. After 3 days of relentless pursuit, Laban caught up with Jacob and his family. He found them camped by a mountain named Gilead. The sight of Jacob's camp, seemingly vulnerable and within his grasp, fueled Laban's rage. However, God intervened. He appeared to Laban in a dream and warned him not to harm Jacob. Laban was shaken. He realized that a higher power was at work, protecting Jacob and his family. The dream instilled fear in his heart, tempering his anger with a sense of caution. The stage was set for a tense and uncertain confrontation. Section 5. A confrontation at Gilead. The meeting between Jacob and Laban was strained. Laban accused Jacob of stealing his daughters and his wealth. Jacob, though initially intimidated by Laban's fury, found his voice. He defended himself with courage, pointing out Laban's own manipulative behavior. He reminded Laban of his 14 years of faithful service. Jacob stood his ground, no longer willing to be the victim of Laban's manipulation and greed. He spoke of God's protection over his family and his flocks. Despite the fear that lingered in his heart, Jacob faced Laban with a newfound boldness. The confrontation marked a turning point in Jacob's life. He was now a man of conviction, ready to defend his family and his beliefs. Section 6. Reconciliation and Release. Despite the heated accusations, the confrontation at Gilead did not end in violence. Laban, realizing that he could not force Jacob to return, proposed a covenant. He sought to secure a promise from Jacob that he would not harm his daughters. Jacob, eager to move forward, readily agreed to Laban's proposal. They made a pact, marked by a heap of stones that would serve as a reminder of their agreement. The covenant became a symbol of peace and reconciliation. With the covenant in place, a sense of relief washed over Jacob and his family. They were free to go, to finally begin their journey home. Years of tension and uncertainty dissolved into a fragile peace. The encounter at Gilead marked a turning point in their lives. It was a testament to the power of forgiveness. Section 7. Lessons from the Journey. Jacob's harrowing escape from Laban is more than just a story of family drama and divine intervention. It is a narrative that resonates deeply with anyone who has ever faced adversity and sought a way out. Jacob's journey is filled with moments of fear, uncertainty, and desperation. Yet it is also marked by divine encounters and miraculous deliverance. It is a timeless tale that offers valuable lessons for believers today. The story of Jacob is not just a historical account, it is a source of inspiration and guidance. It teaches us that no matter how dire our circumstances may seem, there is always hope and a path forward. It reminds us that God is faithful to his promises, even when we face seemingly insurmountable obstacles. Jacob's life is a testament to the unwavering faithfulness of God. Despite the challenges and setbacks, God's promises to Jacob were fulfilled, demonstrating that divine faithfulness is not bound by human limitations. Jacob's journey of faith teaches us the importance of trusting in God's timing. Often we are impatient and want immediate results, but Jacob's story shows that God's timing is perfect. His journey was long and arduous, but every step was part of a divine plan. The story highlights the importance of seeking divine guidance in our lives. Jacob's encounters with God were pivotal moments that directed his path and provided him with the strength and wisdom to continue. In our own lives, seeking divine guidance can illuminate our path and help us navigate through life's complexities. When faced with difficult decisions, we can draw inspiration from Jacob's example. His life was filled with critical choices that shaped his destiny. By looking to his story, we can find the courage to make our own decisions with faith and conviction. Just as God guided and protected Jacob, he promises to be with us every step of the way. This assurance provides us with the confidence to move forward, knowing that we are not alone. God's presence is a constant source of comfort and strength. Furthermore, Jacob's story encourages us to stand firm in our convictions. In a world where it is easy to be swayed by external pressures, Jacob's unwavering stance serves as a powerful reminder to hold fast to our beliefs and values. Jacob, once a victim of manipulation, found his voice and confronted his oppressor. This act of courage is a testament to the transformative power of faith and resilience. It shows that we too can find our voice and stand up against injustice. His courage inspires us to stand up for what we believe in. Jacob's journey from a place of fear to a position of strength is a powerful narrative that encourages us to be bold and courageous in our own lives. Finally, Jacob's experience teaches us about the transformative power of forgiveness. His reconciliation with his brother Esau is a moving example of how forgiveness can heal wounds and restore relationships. It reminds us that forgiveness is not just a gift to others, but also a path to inner peace and freedom. Section 8. Embracing God's timing. The story of Jacob's escape from Laban is an enduring testament to the power of trusting in God's timing. Jacob's journey was marked by periods of waiting, of uncertainty, and of seemingly unbearable hardship. Yet, through it all, God remained faithful, working behind the scenes to orchestrate Jacob's deliverance. The challenges Jacob faced were all part of a larger plan. Though Jacob could not always see the bigger picture, he chose to trust in God's timing. His story serves as a beacon of hope for us today. We are invited to surrender our plans and anxieties to Him. Just as Jacob emerged from his trials stronger, we too can embrace the challenges we face as opportunities for growth. Let us therefore walk forward with courage and hope, embracing God's timing and trusting in His unwavering faithfulness.